What's up, my friends? Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey, and in this video I want to show you one of my favorite agility drills. I call this one circle agility. And there's a few different variations of this drill maybe you've seen out there, but this is the one I like, and we'll go through it. I'm not going to diagram it as I'm talking just because it gets kind of sloppy, and I've got this like neatly diagrammed right now, so I want it to stay that way. So let's go through this, and then at the very end, I've got a clip from like way back, like back in 2012, when I was demonstrating this at a camp. So you'll be able to see like what it looks like in action. I will say one thing though, as we get to the clip, you're going to see I was doing the clip facing sideways instead of facing up ice. I prefer actually to run it this way now. So here's what we've got. You're going to have 3 or 4 players per circle, just depending on what your numbers look like. And so I've zoomed in on this so that we could see it a little bit more easily. And then what I'll do is I'll put a cone up at the top. So the idea is you tell the players, hey, you never take your eyes off the cone. Your objective is to stay facing the cone. That's why this is such a great agility drill. So the player will start on the dot. You can see I've got this player a little bit behind the dot just because I wanted to give ourselves space for some of these other diagrams. But the player will start on the dot. On the whistle, everybody's going at the same time. So you're going to tell them like, hey, when you're done, next player doesn't just go, wait for the next whistle, because I want everybody going together. We want to stay organized with this. So first player is up. His or her teammates can just be kind of off to the side. On the whistle though, this player will go full speed up to the edge of the circle, pivot and come backwards to the hash marks. Okay. Again, this is backwards so the eyes are still facing the cone. Stop on the hash marks and then come forward back up to the edge of the circle here, like basically at the cone, and then come backwards to the dot. And then you're going to do sidestep crossovers. And so sidestep crossovers all the way to the left to the edge of the circle here. Stop and then sidestep crossovers all the way across back to the right side. Stop and then sidestep crossovers back to the center dot. Once you get back to the center dot, then it's explode forward again. This time you're pivoting, going backwards along the right edge of the circle, stop at the hash marks, forward up, back to the middle of the circle again, and then backwards all the way back and through. And that's what it looks like. So what I like to do is, depending on the age and skill level, but at least the very first rotation, you do this without a puck. So it's just pure speed, okay? Then on the second rotation, I'll put a puck on the player's stick. And usually I'll amp it up a little bit, like, hey, you're expected to not lose the puck during this drill. 5 push-ups for each time you lose control of the puck. So if the puck flies off your stick, 5 push-ups. If it flies off your stick twice, 10 push-ups. Just to amp up, we want there to be a level of pressure. Sometimes that pressure can be physical pressure, but sometimes you can put that pressure like psychological pressure. You're expected to keep the puck on your stick. So anyways, player will do it with the puck on the stick. And then depending on how good that looks, then I may add some physical pressure. So second step is psychological pressure. Third step is physical pressure, and I'll get in there with the player in the drill and just almost shadow the player as they're going through. So as they come up and they pivot, I pivot with them, and I'm just tapping their hands. Obviously in a game that's often will be a penalty, but I want them to be able to function even if the ref's not calling it, right? So I'm tapping their hands. I'm kind of getting my stick. It's token pressure. That's what I call it. It's token pressure. And as they come back, they're going sidestep crossovers. The one way I want puck protection. So I'm going to put my stick to like kind of on their left forearm on this, and they have to, protect the puck. And then as they're coming back across, I put my stick on, to the right side of them. So they're having to kind of do their sidestep crossovers through my stick, if that makes sense. And then they finish out the drill, and if they can do all of that without losing the puck, then that's great. If they lose the puck, 5 push-ups each time they've lost it. So that's kind of the sequence that I use, is do it first without the puck, then add a puck with psychological pressure, then keep the puck with physical pressure as well. If it's looking really good and you want to add something else, like make it into a race or something like that, then that's fun too. But that's how I run it. So depending on the size of your team, you can do, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, and let them all roll through it. But go at least 3 times each player and combo it up, sometimes with a puck, sometimes without a puck, and add little tweaks to make it more entertaining, more fun, and a little bit more pressure. So let's clip over now. I'll show you what this looks like in action. And then if you want to print out of this, we've got printouts at weisstechhockey.com. Just go there. I'll put a link in the description of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe. And we'll be back again with more drills and skills and other hockey material that'll help you in your coaching.